welcome back to the Star Wars Expanded Universe, or redubbed by current Lucasfilm, or Disney. Legends. Sorry if I seem a little bit out of it, I am tired. I'm gonna go to bed right after this. But just because this is my channel, I can do what I want. To be honest, I was just having a hard time because I know it's Facebook, you can leave whenever you want, but I am a Christian, okay? And the person I was talking to was too. And I was talking about a theological issue. But they brought politics into it. And I'm all happy to talk about politics, but I wasn't trying to talk about politics, I was trying to talk about theology. But they had to keep shoving it in there because they have to be right. And it's just draining. I was in a good mood. I had just finished the final book, and then that. So if I don't seem as cheerful as I usually do, that's why. But today we have Champions of the Force, the finale in the trilogy of the Jedi Academy series. I'd say this book starts out pretty violent. The last book was pretty violent too, with Exar Kun making a Gantoris literally turn to like ash and stuff. Like, that was pretty graphic. This book doesn't stop here. Now, I don't think it really has any significance, but I wrote it down at the time. Just knowing the future of these characters. When they see that Luke is unconscious, Jaina's first thing to say is Uncle sick? Whereas Jason's first thought is he dead? Which is just a crazy thing for, a 3-year-old to think about? I don't know. I think it speaks something to his character. Maybe I'm looking too far into it. But, knowing what happens, I wonder. Even though it would be in retrospect, because, of course, New Jedi Order wasn't written yet. Leia has a speech to all the Jedi because they're like, oh no, we should give up. I don't want to turn to the dark side. And Leia gives a speech in the book, and it was just really great. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm getting spoilers. It's the third book in a trilogy. If you haven't read the other two, I'm gonna give spoilers. If you don't want them, maybe you should read the trilogy. Wedge vows to make Quee's life, or to fill Quee's life with joy. And yes, after all this time, Wedge Antilles, our man, our boy, our pilot, after all those X-Wing books, after the movies, he does end up with this Twi'lek. He does finally find someone for him, which is really cool. Luke's spirit is somehow apart from his body, and so that's like a whole thing. And so he's unconscious, he's not dead, but his body's like in the Force world with Exar Kun. Mara Jade comes back. We get to see her, like, in this book. She gets a pretty big side character status with our heroes in this book. What does it say? With the hole that Sidious has left, because now that he's officially dead, we don't have like this great dark lord of the Sith, right? So there's kind of a hole that's a vacuum that's empty now without that threat. And so seeing Exar Kun, who is a significant Force user, maybe not as strong as Darth Sidious, but in his time, he was one of the strongest Sith to ever live. He's one of the first to give himself the title of a Sith Lord. Not the first, but one of them. And so it's just really cool to have like another Like, this guy's full of power and mystery, and we don't know, how he's able to do all the stuff that he does, but he's powerful. That's cool. Jason and Jaina can see Luke's Force spirit, which is really interesting. Only they can. Jason, with help of Luke's spirit, lifts up a lightsaber for the very first time and fends off some enemies, which is really, really cool. Because this is the first time we actually get to see Jason and Jaina really have character. Because before this, they were the babies. They were the innocent that we needed to protect. They didn't speak. They went goo goo gaga. They weren't really characters yet. Here we get our first glimpse at these characters that we're going to spend so much time with in New Jedi Order. And Young Jedi Knights, but I can't get my hands on that, so if you can, props to you. Or if you can read German, props to you, because they have it in German. It's really easy to find in German for some reason. Maybe a friend of mine from Germany can help teach me German and I can read them. So yeah, so like I said, this is Jason Jaina's like really first adventure in a way. It's really cool. I actually only have 1 page of notes, so Exar Kun is finally defeated. I'm not gonna really get into how he gets defeated. I know this is spoiler free, but honestly I can't do it justice, just read it. But yeah, so he's finally defeated. And immediately, like that, as soon as Exar Kun is dead, Kip calms down and like surrenders. I'm gonna get more into that at the end after I've talked about everything. Mon Mothma was poisoned, and so that's why in the last book we find out that she's dying. She does get healed by the end of it though, so it's all good. I love that Mara Jade gets a small role in this, because this is Timothy Zahn's creation. This is his baby. Mara Jade is his baby, clearly, because he wrote Allegiance and Choices of One because of future books that he didn't write that did some stuff to Mara Jade that he didn't like. And so he made 2 kind of boring books. But Mara Jade is his baby. So the fact that they're able to use this character in a way that's respectful and doesn't hinder anything that Timothy Zahn might do is really cool. And of course, the Sun Crusher gets put into a black hole. So another weapon we could have used against the Yusong Vong, gone. Man, is it going to suck when we get to New Jedi Order, and they don't have any super weapons to take out these guys. But yeah, that's about it. It's really short. I didn't have too much to write this time. I don't know. I mainly want to talk about the controversy with this book. Sorry. Because a lot of people despise this trilogy. And I honestly don't know why. I'm a fan of Matt Wilkins, and so I know that he liked these books, but I know a lot of people dislike them. So I thought I might be in the majority. Because, I don't know. Or it's not a majority, it's like half and half, but... So I watch it, and I'm having a good time with Jedi Surge, and then we get to Dark Apprentice, and I'm like, oh, this is really good. And then we get to Champions of the Force, and I'm like, this is good. And I'm wondering, where's the bad stuff here? I think one of the things people dislike is the fact that Kip Dern doesn't spend time in jail for the rest of his life. That he gets to go back and train with Luke. But I think you forget the overall message of Return of the Jedi. Or have you forgotten that Darth Vader killed millions of people? Not all of them were face to face, so to speak. He was wearing a mask, but a good portion of Darth Vader's murders were lightsaber in hand, or force push, or force choke, person to person. It's one thing to kill an enemy in a ship. There's no way to humanize it. It's a ship. It's like playing a video game. You shoot it down, you get rid of it. It's another thing to look down at someone and strike them down. I like what I don't remember if it was in a Star Trek Rumination or whatever it was, but Lore Runner, who you should go check out, he's really cool. He says, he thinks that someone who kills someone personally over someone who, like, bombs an entire building full of people is more evil than the person who bombs a full building full of people. Yes, there's a building full of people and they're all dead. But that guy didn't see them. It was impersonal. He blew up a building. Yeah, there were people in it and he knew it, but he didn't have to look at them. Compare that with a guy that walks into an elementary school, looks a kid straight in the eye, has a gun in hand, pulls the trigger, and does it over and over and over and over and over again. What's more horrendous? You also forget, Kip Doran was under the heavy influence of the dark side. Of Exar Kun specifically. Anakin was too, but that was a slow progression of using the dark side and trusting the dark side and letting it slowly consume him. That's the dark side as an essence. But Kip Duran, he had a physical being, not physical, it was a metaphysical being, but a being that was maybe not telling him, but guiding him along a certain path, fueling the anger, making it easier for him to be distrusting and to get angry. And yeah, he kills a lot of people in this book. Partially his fault, yes. But it was also the power of Exar Kun that made him commit those atrocities. And I get it. It's realistic and I like it. He's someone around my age. The Empire took everything from him. So of course he'd want revenge. Kind of like Black Lives Matter. But revenge doesn't fix things. I know I probably just got this video deleted because of that little comment there, but we'll see. But Kip is gonna have to suffer with that for the rest of his life. Because he turned back to the light. And he caused the death of so many. He's gonna have to live with that forever. And do we all forget about Luke? I know you're desensitized because you watched The Last Jedi. But Luke, he went up to Space Hitler simply because he was family and said, "No, I know there's still good in you." And he did the same thing with Kip. Kip is not redeemed yet. He has a long way to go before he can be redeemed. But Luke is a Jedi Master, so he can vouch for him. And I just honestly don't agree. Like, oh yeah, he should have died or something, he got off too easy. I mean, I understand the reason people may have been okay with Darth Vader is because he sacrificed himself. So in their own, like, way of thinking, it's fine now. Because he died. But I know Kip is still going to be a character later on. He's going to be jaded because of this. That's character development. That's something that I can look forward to. Something we haven't seen before. As for the Sith judo, like, ancient Sith alchemy is a thing. The Dathomir witches are a thing. We don't question that. I honestly don't see the hate with these books. These books were incredible. And to have grievances with them, looks like you're looking for something to hate. But to each of their own opinion, But I, for one, genuinely enjoyed it. Maybe I'll like Jedi, maybe I won't. We'll see when I get to it next time. But, I really like Kip Doran. I think he's a fantastic new character to the Star Wars mythos, and I look forward to seeing more of what he has to offer. I looking forward to what more the EU has in store for me. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up. Showing up a ton. Don't forget to subscribe. Love the EU. Love all of you who actually sit down and watch, which isn't many. And I hope I can encourage at least one person to reread these or go and get started on the expanded universe. It's been helping me through some rough times. And yeah, catch you next time.